Setting up the public address system. Our company deploys the Anchor Audio public address systems. Anchor Audio is based in San Diego and is a huge supplier of the U.S. Navy, thus the name. All Anchor systems have two built-in wireless units, one handheld, and one lavalier or clip-on mic, sometimes known as a lapel mic. They also have separate inputs for left and right, that is, red and white, RCA jacks, which could be coming from an iPod or media player of some sort. Newer systems have an 1/8-inch mini jack for iPod and MP3 players and may even be equipped with a built-in CD player and Bluetooth connection. Whenever possible, set the public address system well in front of the presenter so that no feedback occurs, and then try to aim it efficiently, ensuring that those sitting nearby are not overwhelmed with sound and those far away can hear everything clearly. Keep in mind, the presenter may choose to walk around the room during the presentation, so be sure to warn them gently if they come too close to one of the speakers. They will cause feedback. Set up the legs by loosening the lower adjustment twist knob and pushing downward until the legs expand into a tripod configuration. Like the projection screen, you will want to make sure that these are not extending out too far so that patrons or servers will trip over them, but that they are extended far enough to provide adequate and safe support for the speaker system. Once deployed, they should be locked into place with the tightening knob. The top similar adjustment should be loosened and the pole raised ever so slightly until you can see the hole which accepts the safety post, which is attached to the top of the stand by a small cable and needs to be inserted through this hole as a safety stop against the speaker collapsing during use. It is the second line of defense that is always put in place in case the tightener adjustment handle malfunctions. Once the post is in place, you can position the speaker on top of the pole, making sure it is seated correctly. If the speaker then needs to be raised a few more inches, you could use the twist knob adjuster on top of the pole just beneath the safety stop to adjust the height accordingly. The system comes with an unpowered extension speaker, which is usually equipped with about a 25-foot speaker cable, which plugs into the back of the main unit, either a 1/4 inch or Nutrix connection. If you can, run this cable around the edges of the room by the floorboards so that it will not run directly across the floor where there is foot traffic. If you must run it across traffic areas, it must be taped down or covered with a mat provided by the venue. Attach the cable to the back of the extension speaker. Go back to the main unit and insert the UPC cable in the power port and then run the cable down to your power supply. Before powering up the system, make sure all volume knobs are turned all the way down. The built-in wireless units have a small twist knob next to the volume knob, which is the frequency attenuator. When the microphone is on, this knob can be rotated until it flashes red, meaning that you have matched frequencies with the microphone. Make sure that both mics are on different frequencies and not interfering with each other. Once your frequencies are dialed in, slowly raise the volume and test the mics for sensitivity. Both the clip-on units and the handheld units should have a sensitivity adjustment somewhere on the microphone itself, which says plus or minus a certain amount of dBs, or perhaps mic versus instrument. Whenever possible, put the system on the setting entitled mic or microphone. Positioning the clip-on mic as close as possible to the Adam's apple is crucial to good sound quality from the presenter. Presenters who graduated from Toastmasters or who are just naturally great public speakers may not even need the PA system, but many experts in their fields are not trained speakers and will speak very softly, making it difficult for you to capture every single nuance in their presentation. Do your best to politely remind them to speak up to the people in the back of the room, and the people in the front will definitely hear. I always wait around until the presentation has begun to check the sound volumes and levels and make sure that everyone is happy before exiting the venue. If you're using one of the standalone wireless or handheld mics, these are plugged into the input jacks and controlled by the regular volume knob and tone control knobs. All units should have new or practically new batteries in them at every presentation. Carry spare AA and AAA batteries with you at all times. If the presentation has audio in it, for instance a video that tells a story, you'll have to run an audio cable from the PC to the PA system. If the laptop is equipped with Bluetooth and you have a Bluetooth connection on your anchor system, this will not be necessary. Once this cable is run, it must be taped down separate from the power cables in the room to avoid RF interference. Many times the audio will be routed out via the HDMI jack to the projector, so you will either have to go out of the projector audio output or out of the laptop headphone jack and go into Settings on the laptop under Audio and reroute the audio signal to that jack. If this is done via Bluetooth, it is very easy to match the Bluetooth with either the PC or sometimes the telephone in the case of conference calls. Activate the Bluetooth on your device, that is your PC or your phone or tablet, and the Bluetooth on the anchor system. After a moment, the anchor system signal should show up on your device. Click that signal and wait for it to tell you that the connection has been made. Then turn down the volume on your device and play your audio, slowly raising the volume until it is at acceptable levels for the room. With older laptops with VGA outputs only, the audio is routed directly out of the headphone jack. So make sure you have the 1/8" mini plug for the PC side and the red and white RCA connectors for the public address system side connections. Make sure all cables that cross public walkways are taped down with gaffing tape, and there are no cables anywhere in the venue that could be tripped over by staff, patrons, or presenters. Many times the handheld mic will only be used to introduce the speaker and then maybe later for Q&A, that is question and answer. So adjust the volume on it accordingly but not too loud. Whenever possible, carry spare microphones with you just in case of a malfunction.